Welcome to the Jersey to Vegas podcast. This podcast talks about the hows, whys, and what's next in your life journey. If you're looking to start fresh and turn over a new leaf, you're in the right place. Now, here's your host, Pete Isip.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Jersey to Vegas podcast. This is Pete Isip here on episode number 5. We're going to talk today about the differences between Jersey and Las Vegas. I'm going to tell you guys the top 3 things that I do like and the top 3 things that I don't like, because there's a big difference in both, obviously. But before I get to that, I want to shout out my Patreons, my patrons, the people that help support this channel, help support this podcast. My number 1 is Greg Stone. Thank you so much, Greg Stone. He's a stand-up comedian. If you guys don't check him out, get to his website, gregfstone.com, and definitely check out his YouTube. He's just hilarious. He's hilarious. Definitely one of my best friends that I believe so. I don't know if he considers me as a best friend, but to me, I think so. I'm kind of like a stalker. So number 2 is Wayne Carmona. He was one of our crank coaches. Definitely very knowledgeable inside dieting, nutrition, bodybuilding, and transformations, and a super strong dude. You can check him out on Twitch. I believe it's The Dual Athlete, or definitely Wayne Carmona. Number 3 is going to be Karen Cleaver. She is a Canadian who was one of the first women that worked out with me in Crank, because when we worked at another gym before we opened up Crank, she was one of my clients there. She's one of the greatest people that I've ever met, and definitely one of the nicest people. Maybe it's because she's Canadian, but she's amazing in that way, and I just want to say thank you for that. Number 4 is going to be Mike Kastner. I don't even know how to say his name correctly, but I do know that I think the only reason he signed up for the Patreon is because we're going to do Zoom happy hours, and he just always showed up to happy hour. Whenever we had Crank on Fridays, he was number 1. He was probably the number 1 guy that would show up and make sure that he had a beer and or some whiskey on him. Actually, White Claws, too, especially in the summertime. He was always there to support a happy hour, and is the man that will never turn down a happy hour. Also an ex-stand-up comic, and hopefully one day I want to see him back up there. Just take a shot at it. He's a Yankee fan, anyone? If you guys are Yankee fans, comment down below. Comment down below or like it up. Let me know if you're a Yankee fan, because I'm not. I'm not a Yankee. I'm not a Yanket, but I'm not a fan of any baseball. I don't think so. Next person is Mr. Jerrio Belante, a chef. If you go on his Instagram and you just watch what he posts, you just get fucking hungry. I get hungry whenever I see his stuff because it's amazing looking. He makes it the right way. But not only that, he's a great dude. Now he's working with me. We're going to do some nutrition stuff, try to get down and dial in onto the nutrition aspect for lifelong success, not just these short-term zigzags, you know what I'm trying to say? We have Gabby Carputo. Gabby Carputo started off as a crank girl and then became one of my best friends. She helped me out so much in my life, in my times when I got my hip replaced. She showed up almost every day, walked my dogs. Whenever I needed some help or just to talk, she'd kind of just show up. She'd just be there at the right moment, the right time. I feel like I do the same thing for her in moments of talking about emotional, stress or anxiety or depression or anything down that line. We kind of always open up to each other. I'm really happy that she became part of the community here on my Patreon. And now finally, Mrs. Lauren McCreesh, who is a monster athlete. She's getting ready for a Iron Man, Iron Woman, Iron something, because we can't even, we can call it Iron Days, because you can't say Iron Man no more. So you got to call it Iron Woman? Nope, we're going to call it Iron Them. Iron Them athlete. She is just a really great and supportive person. I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Lauren and linking up with her, I don't think we'd ever have the amount of impact we do with Crank, because I met so many people from this challenge that she put together, and she's really good at event planning and marketing, and she really does a great job at that. And if it wasn't for her, I really probably wouldn't have met half the people that I've met. So if you guys want to donate, become a patron, become a Patreon, go to patreon.com/Jersey to Vegas, and you guys could become and check out some of the things that you could get. You don't just donate to this podcast. You actually get some stuff from it, so it's pretty cool, and I'm hopefully you guys become a part of that. So let's get to it. We're going to talk about the difference between Jersey and Vegas, and here we go. Top 3 things that I like. Number 1, the sun. I enjoy the sun. I enjoy the heat. I enjoy the intensity of the heat. I enjoy the uncomfortableness of the heat. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because of my region, and I'm Filipino, and they have the sun on you, and they wrap their heads with a t-shirt. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's called demographical. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. But I do know that I like the sun. But yes, can I get damage from the sun? Most definitely. So I definitely take care of myself. I put my SPF 40, SPF 30, 50, sometimes 15, which I don't have anymore. But that's what I used to use. Now I protect my ass from all the sun rays out there. And if I get tan, I get tan. Before, I used to try to fry up. I would put like baby oil, because my brother would do it. My brother put baby oil all over himself. Whenever you see him go run around town of Nutley and Belleville and Bloomfield, he'll have baby oil on him because he'll like soak the sun in. Me, I try to, and I try to bake. Instead, I just sweat a lot more than I need to, and then I burn. I didn't really get as dark as he did. He had that different pigmentation than I had. So I definitely protect myself from the sun, but I do like it. Why? Because in the fall and in the winter, I get into like seasonal depression disorder or seasonal affectiveness disorder. And I don't want to call it disorder. I just feel shitty. Now feel weird that I'm labeling myself with all these things, but it's true. Like, we do have these things, and it does affect me. But for some reason, in November, I just feel like shit. I don't understand why. There's something about November, October, kind of moving into it. The only time I feel better is like when it turns to Christmas. Between that season, I just don't feel good. And even sometimes after Christmas, I don't feel good either. Like, I feel more depressed. I feel super tired. I feel like zero motivation. But here, I'm going to see. Like, I'm really excited to find out if I'm going to have that here. Because I heard it's not that. You know, there's still sun. It's sure going to get a little colder out. But I don't know. Am I going to still get that effectiveness disorder here? We're going to find out. But as for now, I do like the sun. I do like the heat. I do like the burning of my skin. Number 2, no mosquitoes. I fucking hate mosquitoes. I fucking hate mosquitoes. In New Jersey, I get mosquito bites for no reason. Like, I just go to the bathroom to take a shit, 7 mosquito bites on my ankle. I don't understand why mosquitoes like me. Maybe it is my skin. Maybe it is my demographical climate extension of my skin. I don't know. I made that up. There's something about mosquitoes and me that don't mix. And what I love about here is I haven't fucking felt one. I haven't seen one. But you know what I do feel? I still have PTSD of mosquitoes because I'll feel my hair. Like on my skin, I'll feel like the hair on my arms and my neck and my legs, kind of like the wind hits it, and I always feel like it's a mosquito, so I end up scratching it, and now subconsciously I have a mosquito bite that I have to put a cross into. I have to take my fingernail and throw it into and make a cross into that mosquito bite because that's going to fucking help it. No, it doesn't. So there are no mosquitoes, but there are scorpions. There's a good trade-off, but you know what else there is that flies around that freaks me out? Hummingbirds. They show up. Now, I'm still talking about mosquitoes. I'm just talking about now things that fly around me. Hummingbirds come out of nowhere, and they kind of scare the shit out of me because I always think it's like a big bee that's about to attack me, but instead it's just a hummingbird just like chilling there, then he moves this way, then moves that way, moves this way, moves that way. I'd rather have a hummingbird than 1,000 mosquitoes because I'm really glad there's none here. I'm not going to say there's none here. I just haven't been confronted with any yet. How's that sound? Does that sound better? Good. Because there's still bees. I've seen them. There's some other different insects. There's big roaches. There's some big-ass fucking roaches over here. If you take the wrong turn during the wrong block, eesh, but that's okay. Not here. Clean up, sweep, mop, clean up your food. No food in bed. Get away. Insecticides or pesticides, whatever you want to use. Number 3, it's dog-friendly. You cannot be mad at a place that is dog-friendly. Everywhere you go, there's a lot of places, and it's hot out there. There's people that care about dogs everywhere. There's dog bowls and dog places. I went to a restaurant yesterday. It's called the Lazy Dog. Outside seating is where we sat because the wait's 30 minutes inside, 15 on the outside. Guess where I'm going to stay? On the outside. And there's dogs everywhere. The table behind us, they celebrated a dog's birthday. It was a bulldog. She had ear things that said, it's my birthday. And everyone that walked by the table said, happy birthday. It was awesome. It was cool. There was dogs at every single table. Some were sitting in the chair. I saw one dude sitting in the chair. It looked like Switch. Oh, I miss Switch. Switch was my old dog. If you don't know that, he's my favorite. He's the dog that helped me change my life. He was that dog at that transition. I'm going to cry. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, he looked like Switch, but a gray version of him. And he was just like chilling on a fucking table, sitting down next to I was going to say part. Next to his owner. Super dog friendly. The dog parks, there's tons of dog parks and fields and acres of land just catering to dogs and allowing them to roam freely. You know, I'm pensive to let my dogs off leash. Not only am I afraid of them running into the fucking highway, but at the same time, I'm just scared that they may upset someone else. But so far, when I let them off the leash and we're just walking, or the other dogs will play with them, they'll play with each other, and then we just carry on and we walk past it. You know, out here inside our complex, we have a little dog park just for the dogs. They have a dog washing station. They accept the dogs here. And I feel like a lot of other properties here definitely take more dogs in. Versus in New Jersey, like in Jersey, if you have a pit bull or a German shepherd or a Rottweiler or anything else that kind of is related to people being scared of them because of the 80s and 90s, like stigma of dogs, if you have any of those dogs, you can't even get insurance on your house. You can't even get into an apartment. That's not fucking fair, man. You guys are judging a dog. It's not even the dog. It's the owner. You know, it's not just the dog. It's because the owners do a bad job. It's not their fault. And there's such a hard stigma for them just to get, you can't get insurance. I had to lie. I had to lie on my house insurance. So here's a story. So when we got Hopper Avenue, which is in Nutley, we lived there. We just sold the house. Well, not yet. It's not fucking closed yet, but it will one day, right? One day it'll close. The insurance agent in the beginning asked us if we had dogs and was their dog in the house. And we told him, yeah, we have a Rottie Shepherd mix, and that was Seabass. Just those words alone, like, flagged him. And we had to, like, fight for house insurance. So we had to fight. But I know the next time the year came and we had to renew, they asked if we had any dogs, and we just said, nope, no fucking dogs here. Like, oh, what happened to the Rottie? He's dead. He's gone. They're both gone. We have no dogs. And when they came to inspect the house, we just left them at my parents' house. Left them there until everything was over, and then once we were done, we had them back here. So fuck you, New Jersey house insurance and your shitty rules. Hate you. Vegas, love you. Love everything you do. There's trails, there's water stations, there's parks. It's really cool. And those are the top 3 things, guys. Top 3 for sure. Number 1 is the sun. Fucking love the sun. So hot, so good. Makes me feel good. Number 2, no mosquitoes. Jersey, too many mosquitoes. Number 3, dog friendly. Jersey, could do a better job. You could do a better job. And now for the 3 things I do not like. The 3 things I dislike. 1, 2, 3. I don't like here. Number 1 is going to be the driving. If you guys didn't check out my YouTube video talking about the driving here, I want you to watch that video if you can. I don't like the highways. In New Jersey, I didn't like highways. I don't like the fucking Garden State Parkway. I don't like the fucking New Jersey Turnpike. I don't like Route 3, 46, and 19. I don't like any of them. You know what I like? Greylock Parkway, Union Ave, Franklin Ave, Bloomfield Ave, Broad Street. I like streets. I'm a fan of streets. Why? Because I am scared to go fast. I'm not a fast guy. I'm not here to fucking win a race. I'm not in Fast and Furious, even though I'm Asian and you might think so. I don't own a Honda Civic S57. I don't have a muffler or an exhaust. I don't have rims. I don't like to drive fast, nor do I like to pretend I do. I don't like going fast. I like going slow. I like going the speed limit. Why? Mainly because I'm scared shit. I don't like roller coasters. I don't like the octopus ride at Seaside Heights. I don't like the Scrambler or the Gravitron. Things that excite other people, that does not excite me 0%. Does that sound good enough for you as an answer of why I don't like highways? Well, here there's lots of highways. If I have to go to the dog park, it's a fucking highway. If I have to pick up my wife, it's a highway. If I have to go to Phoenix School, it's a highway. Everything is a highway. Everything. And I talked about it before. You have to live next to a highway in order to get around pretty fast. And there's you could take the streets here too, but I don't know where I'm going yet. Like, I don't understand anything about this system. For some reason, Siri or Google, whatever, my phone sends me this way, but sometimes I'll find another route, which is kind of a highway-ish. Instead of 65 miles an hour, it's 45 miles an hour. Woohoo! I'm scared of 45 too. And once I find out and learn more and maybe talk to more people around here, then I'll kind of understand the way driving goes. But for most part, I'm not a fan of going fast. And I don't like the highways. So if there's one thing I would change, I would stop driving. That would be it. But I can't because Nat doesn't drive, so guess who does all the driving? This guy. If you guys don't know who Nat is, that's my wife. She has a license. Guess what she doesn't do? Drive. Ever. 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 Number 2. What do you think? What do you think number 2 is? I want you to comment right now and let me know what you think number 2 is. I even gave you a little pause because I want to see you guys comment and let me know. Number 2, the food. Son. Child. Kid. No way. Not the same. None. And I can't eat anything anyway. Like, I'm fucking allergic to everything. But just the way it looks, the way it feels. I bought 2 rolls at the supermarket today. 2 rolls. Because my son, my Phoenix, he's vomiting today for some reason. He's throwing up. He's sick. And he likes rolls. So I I haven't bought a roll here yet. So I bought a roll. It was 2 round ones. And it's, you know what I mean? That's it. I can't tell you the difference. It kind of like, it had like a crystally glazy cover on this one versus like a soft, like you go to ShopRite, you grab it with your hand or your bag. It's like, oh, that's a good fucking piece of bread. You know, it's not like a French loaf that's hard. I understand that one is crispy, but it just feels fake. And everyone says it. You know, everyone says it, but I'm experiencing it myself. I'm going to burp. It just feels fake. I order them pizza. It's more like cheese bread. I just want to go into a deli and like talk shit. You know, I want to go into a pizzeria and someone throw a knife at me. That's Bel Pace, by the way. Those are my favorites. Because they'll throw a fucking knife at me when I'm talking shit. I like that. That's what I want. Like, I want someone to like tell me go fuck myself because I don't have cash. I don't know. Something like that. Here, everything here is very franchisey, very commercial. And whenever you go into a place, it's never like, you know, when you fucking go down the street, not out of nowhere, in the corner, there's a corner deli, and then in the deli, there's a pizzeria and maybe a barber shop. Yeah, well, they don't have that. It's going to be like in a cul-de-sac type thing. Like when you go to Clifton Commons in New Jersey, like, and there's 17,000 different stores, and the only way to know is if you read some of the, whatever that signage is with 15 restaurants and 15 types of businesses inside. I don't know how anyone finds anything here. I mean, the internet has saved them because at least they could Google and Yelp and find places that are near them. But if there was none of that, and you'd have to read all these signs, you'd never find it. Unless it was Target, obviously. Target's huge, and there's a huge sign. You'll know there's Target. There's Albertsons. It's bigger. You know, you'll find it. But if it's like something fitness, and they can't afford a good sign, you ain't finding you. You're not there. It's gone. If one says pizza, like, that's it. It says pizza. Like, how are we going to find out? You're not. So I don't like that food looks fake to me here. I'm not going to say that I haven't gone to a restaurant and the food was good. Like, I'm sure the food was delicious. I went and got a burger, right? I have diarrhea today because I'm allergic to something. And it just doesn't feel the same. You know? It's not the same food. The bread is definitely not the same. And I think bread for me is because I'm Italian. You know? Because I'm Italian, guys. I don't know if you know that. I said this in episode 1. I'm fucking Italian. You guys don't fucking know that, but I'm Italian. So I think I am. I'm not. At all. At all. There's not even a piece of me that's Italian. Just my best friends. Actually, all my friends. Every single one of them. They're Italian or have a piece of Italian within them. I almost said inside them. Within them. A lot more healthy choices here. That's cool. You know, definitely a lot more stores and restaurants that definitely are health conscious. So I do love that. And I'm definitely going to talk more about those places in my next video, my next podcast, of the stores and the places that I've been to. Other places are just different than New Jersey. You know, and I miss the deli. In short, I miss the delis. I miss the pizzerias. Bagel shops, I guess, but I don't really go. I don't really go to bagel shops that much. But just the way it's cooked and the way it is. You know, it just doesn't feel the same. But I guess we're going to go to number 3. All right, guys, let's move to number 3. We're getting short on time here, almost coming down to the end. So I want to thank you guys. Like I said, I'm trying to get into this and making sure I have a time as I experience this more, I understand more. And I think 30 minutes is going to be the time that I'm going to be getting these podcasts in for you because I have a lot to say. And sometimes I ramble way too much. But if you're cool with that, let me know. Comment down below. You know, message me. Let me know what you like about this. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know if you even listen or not. Maybe just play it for no reason while you guys are cooking spaghetti. Number 3, I miss everybody. That's the one thing if I could end this video on everything, it's I fucking miss you guys. I miss anyone that's watching it. Either one, I definitely miss you guys. And you're definitely from New Jersey if you're watching or listening to this. I don't think anyone here from Las Vegas knows me. I think like 2 people do. But if you are listening and watching, I miss you. Like, I really, really do. My family misses you guys. I'll add in a little clip. If you guys aren't on the video version of this, definitely check it out because I'm going to put something up at the end. But before I get to that, I just want to say, like, it's just hard to be here without knowing that I'm not going back. It's not like I'm not going back forever. Obviously, you're going to visit, but it's like, I as much as sometimes you want to quit shit, You just want to give it a shot. You got to give it a shot. As uncomfortable and as shitty and as it is in a transition, you got to give it a shot. And that's with anything. And there's going to be some, repercussions. You're going to miss people. You're going to hurt some people. You're going to hurt yourself. There's something in making a decision that's empowering. And you got to understand that this is part of the process, that you're going to learn something. I talk to people, I message them, I text them, I voice message them. It just doesn't feel the same. So that's the last thing I really don't like about Vegas. Actually, I could say the one thing I hate about Vegas is not having the people or my network that I used to have around me. Those are the things like you take for granted sometimes, and then they always say until something's gone, you're never gonna understand how much you miss them. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way about me. I really wish you guys were here, but at the same time, life moves on, and we have to move on into the direction that we chose, right? And I chose fucking this way, and I'm not backing out because I know something is gonna happen. Something here is happening, and I already feel a couple things. There's a couple things in here that are happening, and I enjoy it and I like it. A lot of it for my family. It's really good, and I feel like it's going to be a great thing. The only bad thing is you guys aren't around. I'm going to play a segment of something that I watch every day, maybe multiple times a day. It's a little collage I made. I'm sure you guys are going to cry, or someone's going to cry at some point, and I might even make it just a separate video on its own, but it's something that I watch. And then after that, I was actually watching it, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, and Phoenix was on my back just hanging out. And while I was watching it, he started watching it, and he said some things that made me cry. And it's pretty sad for me. You guys might not give a shit, but at the same time, it is it. So if you're watching the video, hold on a second, check it out real quick. So enjoy this video, and then I'll be right back.
Think about me one more time before you go. Someday you'll know. Someday you'll know. Already know what I'm going to say. I've been feeling this way for far too long. And now you're gone.
Alright guys, so let's close it out here. Again, these are the top 3 things that I liked and 3 things that I disliked about Las Vegas. There's such a big difference in New Jersey and Vegas, obviously, and I'm definitely going to keep doing more of these because I'm learning a lot about this place versus what I used to live with and live around. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming out again. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys save these little bad boys on your Spotify or Apple Cast, or subscribe to the channel, or whatever it is you need to do. Like it up on YouTube, comment down below, set up notifications. There's a lot of work for you guys to do. Right? And I'd appreciate if you guys did it, because it really helps me. It helps me a lot. If you're not going to become a Patreon or patron, at least do that. Like, comment, talk to me. Talk to me on YouTube, because YouTube likes me talking to people on YouTube. And for me to grow the channel, it's little things like that that count, okay? Sharing, subscribing, liking, commenting, hang out and watch the whole video. Even if it's you, like, taking a shit and you don't even want to listen. If you're taking a shower, just play the video, and you don't even have to listen to it. Just play it for me, please. And just be on YouTube and watch it if you can. All right? So, thank you. That's the truth. And that is the truth. Guys, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next episode. Boom, boom, boom. Maestro, take it away, please.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week.
Bye-bye.